Hello everybody, this is Zen here, and I just wanted to give you some updated information regarding the market this upcoming week. So let's go ahead and get started and take a peek at the charts. First up, I want to review CFTC Rule 4.41, and basically this rule talks about the large potential rewards that are available trading Forex, but it also cautions to the large potential risk. And most important, please do not invest or trade money that you cannot afford to lose. Alrighty, that being said, first up I want to take a look here at Euro US dollar. Take a look at Euro US dollar. We can see the price had been jockeying back and forth. In fact, we see these nice moves from the top side here, dating all the way back to the first part of June, June the 9th. Nice run of about almost 300 pips here to the 16th, and then price basically moved back and forth. What we're seeing here on Thursday rolling into Friday were the results of the United Kingdom or Great Britain's referendum regarding their exit from the European Union. Now, that being said, we can see there was major overextension of price. If we go back and look on yesterday, which would be, or actually Friday's activity, price ran 516 pips, nearly 5 times what the normal ADR was for this particular pair. Let's take a look at GBPUSD. This is the one that had the most influence. This is the one that basically this whole referendum was based on. And we can see here that price ran 1,791 pips. Clearly very volatile. In fact, over the last couple of weeks we had mentioned from getting notes from the brokerage that I trade for that there was a lot of volatility. They advised us to just basically stay out of any GBP pair. And this is why, again, we can see how much it moved. But I want to point something out very interesting to you here. Take a look. You all understand, or you've been somewhat familiar with our daily structure, and take a look exactly what we had here. Here's the accumulation of contracts. Here's the stop hunt. Here's the retest. Here's the trend run all the way to the bottom. In fact, here's an opportunity for the continuation move here, and then it pushed all the way to the bottom side, set up a pair of railroad tracks, and then rose up. Now, let's just get a quick measurement again on this so we can see from the top to the bottom about 1,800 pips. If we take a look at the railroad tracks that were set here on the 800 moving average, and let's say we entered on that continuation move, that would have been basically about 1,340 pips. If we grabbed the reversal at the end of the run, ran it back to the 50 EMA, which is what we teach, 755 potential pips. So you can see it's pretty crazy that even though there was massive manipulation in the market, we still see those same patterns. Taking a look here at USDCHF, a lot of volatility again. Let's take a closer peek at it. Lots of wicks kind of chopping back and forth, up and down. We'll go through the majors here. Taking a look here at the New Zealand US dollar, correction to the short side. Set the low here, ran up 331 pips, so slight overextension here by a couple hundred pips. Taking a look here at the Australian, we see the daily range 344 pips after that news announcement or the referendum. The vote was actually in, and it looks like they're exiting. What about, let's see what it did here on USD Canadian dollar. Once again, take a closer look at this. Same thing. This guy ran 394 pips, so about 3 times what the normal ADR is. We can take a look here, USDJPY, 787 pips. But let's take a look at some of these cross pairs. GBPJPY, the beast, 2,691 pips. And again, what do we see? Here's the accumulation of contracts. Here's the stop hunt. Here's the retest. Here's the trend run. Here's the opportunity for the continuation move. Set the low here, pulled off, painted a set of railroad, and then ran right back to the 50 EMA. So what does all this have to do with this week's projected moves? Here's where we're at. Every single pair on the board overextended price. Now, if we go back and look here specifically at GBPUSD, we see that price completely tanked, fell right through the toilet here, and then it started a rebound. So what we're looking at for this upcoming week, we're going to let price kind of settle. We're going to let the market settle a little bit more, and we'll talk about where We think price is going to go probably Monday night in the Tokyo. We'll see how things stabilize, and it may be as late as Tuesday. So I wanted to give you a heads up. Monday's probably a good day. Even Tuesday is a good day to take some time away from the market. Let's let this insanity sort of weather the storm and get back to the trading, the easy patterns that we see over and over. Alrighty, folks, have a great trading week. Remember, exercise some discipline and patience this week. We need to be patient. We need to let the market work itself out, and our great setups will come right back for us. Have a great week, and we'll see you live in our next session.